Okay, team, welcome one and all. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Without further ado, guys, let's get this on the road. Let's get the show on the road, guys. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome once again to another edition of the London session. Once again, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. I've had quite a lot of news about with obviously President Trump meeting with President Xi, so we'll have a look at that. Appears that they may have come to some sort of agreements. I'm not sure if it's obviously there's still a lot to be said about what went on in that particular meeting, but they've agreed on some tariffs or some of a lot less than what they initially were initially what they were. Sorry guys, let me take a breath. What the initial 100% tariff, blanket tariff is the word I was looking for. Blanket tariff. Yeah, that's better. Alright guys, so they've agreed on some tariffs, interim tariffs. I'm not sure what else we can make out of that. We'll have to wait and see what is released, but anyway guys, let's get into proceedings. Let's have a look at the charts. Let's have a look at the gold. If you guys have any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to look at, feel free to send that into the chat and I will get to you guys shortly. Let's have a look to see anyway what there is in regards to schedule news here today, if there is anything. For our session here today, we have the Bank of Japan press conference, which is probably underway at the minute. We've got some Euro news, CPI, apparently German's prelim CPI, so not sure when that actually is being released. Let's see if it says it here on Financial Juice. We've got German unemployment as well, so seems to be a pretty big one as far as the Euro, so not sure why Forex Factory doesn't have it listed as red folder, but anyway. Moving forward into the MY session, is there anything of impact to be concerned about? Obviously some more Euro news by the looks of things, otherwise pretty smooth sailing. So just be wary of the news, anything can break. Obviously Trump over in Southeast Asia, or in Asia at the minute. So yeah, keep an eye on what's going on with the news. Maybe follow him on Twitter and see if he tweets. Anyway guys, let's get into it. Absolutely bugger guys, had a pretty long day again, but nonetheless I am here. Let's look at gold and let's start the weekly time frame. And we can see we are forming a very strong bearish candle at the moment. No upper wick, and as I've mentioned, not sure why I've got that alert in. I'll remove that. As I've mentioned all throughout, don't necessarily need it. As long as any pullback is met by resistance on the pullback, we are forming bearish lower high, lower low. And there's a high probability we could still come back down to retest low, and we have the volume momentum continue on past that level itself and create a lower low. Onto the daily time frame, what we can see is the previous daily closed back with long liquidity wick to the upside, rejecting some previous support here to the left, that 4K level. To me, it's a psychological round number. It's a level that if we begin to pop back above, close above in a higher time frame, I do believe there's a good chance at some point in the next few weeks perhaps we would be retesting the all-time high. However, if we continue to reject that 4K, could that lead to a bigger sell-off, potentially back down towards 38.60 and all the way back down to 37 flat, that sort of region. So let's mark in the current daily low, seeing we have just got a lower low to the previous daily. We are obviously pulling back. Let's also mark in the current day's high and see what we got either side of that and make our way down to the 4-hour time frame, which in fact is still technically bearish the way I see it. We did close back bullish in the previous candle. Current candle only 1 hour in, not quite yet. So structure is bearish. We're just going to mark in the most recent levels. I know we've got level below it. We're marking the most recent, lines up with the current daily candle low. Most recent resistance is way ahead of us. We'll mark it in, but likely be removing it shortly. All right, on to the M15 and the execution time frame here. Are we in fact bullish or are we not? Let's see, because this is the swing point we need to have confirmed. But the way to confirm a flip in structure would have been a closure above All right, so here we've had no 2 or more consecutive candles pulling back in the opposite direction to the actual trend itself. The lowest point, therefore, I would argue, is this support at 39.15. So we need to close above this swing point in order to confirm a structure flip, and we have not done that. So to me, we are bearish on the 15 as well. So therefore, we are basically bearish across the board in regards when it comes to trading wise. We're bearish across the board the way I analyze the chart. But when it comes to what I personally believe about the future of gold, I'm extremely bullish when it comes to long-term perspective. But we're here to trade. So what I'm going to be looking for likely today is potential sells. First option will be upon the pullback towards the Asian range high. If we do begin to pop above the Asian range high, only to reject and pop back below, so that will look something like so, then I could look for a potential price action catalyst from back below 39.80 for a potential sell option from that resistance. So sells from the pullback. Now further options, let's just mark in support just here, 39.50 to 39.4730. I'm just going to adjust this zone to the downside as well. And what we can see is this is the most recent level of support formed within the move to the upside. Sorry, it's the most recent support formed upon the pullback prior to the move to the upside. However, if we were to continue bullish, then we don't necessarily have much of a need to pop back below that point there. So if we actually do so, I'd like to see it trigger in some buyers, perhaps cut those buyers, close below. You know, there's a good chance we're going to retest the daily low and the Asian range low. So for me, I'd be looking for sell options from below 39.4730 on gold. Now, as far as the buys, still do believe we're bullish when it comes to a higher time frame perspective of things. So I still will look for the buys from lower down, guys. I would trade the 4-hour range if it did pop back down to support, form some more support above that, obviously that support. We know it's a little bit higher up. So really, I could mark in another level here. I'll just leave it for the time being, but the deeper the better, because it gives us more margin way up. So really, if we did pop back down towards 39.22, I'd be looking for an opportunity to take a buy back up towards the current daily high. And that is pretty much it on the gold. Above the current day's high, running into a bit of traffic here to the left. We see it on a 5-minute as well. There's quite a lot of consolidation here to the left. For me to consider it, definitely need to see a strong closure above, a retest of the Asian range high, and then potentially look for a buy off the back of that. So we'll see, but I am preferencing the sells for the time being, so long as we remain below 39.79, 39.80. That is pretty much my opinion of the gold for the time being. Just quickly, guys, also at the back of the news from yesterday, FOMC, so they actually cut the rates as per predicted. I know a lot on stream yesterday was saying, are we ready to buy gold with FOMC to come? Look what happened. That was the release, and it sold off. So I did mention on stream, maybe it's been priced in already. I wouldn't just place a buy or just in anticipation, or you know, at the release of news, just buy it and in anticipation it's going to pump, because it doesn't always relate when it comes to the charts in the end. So for me, I think it was an easy flush out of some buys. Did not surprise me one bit, to be honest. Yeah, so I think it was already priced in personally, but we'll see on gold here today. And now we can move on to quickly look at GJ. I've got a chart marked in the members group, broken into a clean area of traffic to the left here. Let's quickly do the rundown on it. The weekly forming now, still strong bearish, well, weak bearish now. Liquidity candle, higher high, lower low. Respecting this 201 level though, really key level. We continue to push back above the current daily, well, previous daily first of all, leaving a long liquidity wick into that exact same resistance, closing weak bearish current daily. It's done what a lot of counters in this situation would do, create a low wick, begin to break above. GJ looks pretty good now to potentially come back up to that 204 region. Not saying it's going to happen today. There's a likely destination on the high time frame. We're just broken above a 4-hour resistance, still got 2 hours left with the current candle. Once again, very bullish here on as far as the recent price action. The structure itself though is technically bearish. Onto the 15. We'll go on to 15 here. We are definitely bullish now at 15. So the bias is flipped to the upside here at GJ. So I'd just be now awaiting a price action catalyst from the current resistance. If it does respect it and form support back above it, and to me, that is a really nice clean level to be looking for potential buy opportunities. So let's see. Personally, won't be trading it. Don't trade GJ, but I do like the level it's at for potential buy options. You got a 30-minute interruption entry as well. If it flipping now though, so it's not as probable. But would have liked for it to pull back down, tap into that bearish counter high, and that would have been a cracking entry, but it's not done that. So it's GJ. Last but not least, quickly look at GU. I've also sent a chart into the members group. GU to me is very bearish. You got the weekly forming strong bearish. It's been a big sell-off in the pound. You got the daily, previous daily closing strong bearish. At some very strong support though, so not necessarily so easy to sell into it. So therefore I'd rather sell it upon the pullback. 4-hour structure also bearish, and onto the 15, and we are also bearish in that time frame. So what I've got here is look for a pullback to the 4-hour resistance 132.30, that sort of region, and await price action catalyst from there. Aside from that, I know it's at a higher time frame support, the daily / 4-hour, but it is very clean on the 15-minute time frame below 131.830 roughly. So if price was to approach the support yet again, triggering some buyers begin to pop below it, I'd be awaiting some sort of catalyst to suggest we're ready to head back down to the actual lows, the depths of the higher time frame support around that 131.50. That is GU. That's a quick wrap up of proceedings for the time being. Yeah, tough start to the stream, but all good now. So let's go, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Who we got here today? Lau, good morning to you. Zach, good afternoon. Carl, man, appreciate it. How's the corner? Welcome, mate. Hope you're well. TikTok, thank you to the few new followers. Welcome to the 50+ on stream. If I missed anything from the chat, had a case of the mumbles at the beginning of the stream. You have those times where your mind's thinking ahead of your mouth, it just doesn't come out. I get that quite often. Not so much on stream though, but anyway. From which website that you are looking at. This is TradingView. TradingView, it's a free app. There is a paid version. I don't feel a need for it. I'm using the free version. Heavy Metal Bulldogs, good day to you. Welcome. Jays, you're in a shot right now. No, day bias, day. Look, technically speaking, still bullish, the structure. If you're talking about the actual daily time frame, if you're talking about what I'm looking at today, I'm actually preferring to sell options for the time being. But we'll see. I mean, there could also be buys, guys, from pullback to support if we do respect it. Then I would consider that an option as well. Seeing it would be a double bottom here. If it did tap in only to respect that level, then there'd be nothing wrong with looking for a price action catalyst, take it back up. We do have the daily forming strong bullish, so it could be just a pullback within the daily candle itself to a previous level of support, grabbing a little bit more liquidity in order to make another move and attempt of the resistance at 39.80 roughly. So we'll see the back of that. There could be potential option for the upside as well. Jai, how do you get your candle so clean? Settings, TradingView. Just fiddle around with the settings, you'll figure it out. Abood? No, I've not entered already. It's not as simple for me as just turning the PC on, turning on TradingView, opening up my MetaTrader, and right, what do I pick, buy or sell, and just executing trade. Doesn't work for me like that, and it won't work for most people. Bunke, you're in long from 4020. All right, you need to have a trade management plan. What are you aiming for? Is it obviously it's swing trade, unless you're just holding on for dear life? Who knows? But you should have an exit plan. At what point do you cut the trade? I will know the news. Where we're looking at the news. Forex Factory and Financial Juice are the two news providers I look at. Jack J. Ahmed, the news is on Forex Factory. Yep, that is one of them. Look, burst then leap. Is liquidity sweep part of your strategy like a must have? Look, I do look at liquidity sweeps, but it's not a must. But what we often find is during early into, or pre-London into London Open, a lot of the time we will sweep the Asian range high or low. A lot of the time some point's going to pull back to retest it. Not always though. I don't think it's happened as much of late, to be honest. It used to happen on the regular. Yeah, so it is important. I mean, I do look for sweeps of levels, sweeps of support, and see how price, for instance, reacts to this level. If we left a long wick to the downside, for instance, like so, only to close back above, that would suggest we've grabbed liquidity from the downside. Within it, I may have some more information on the 5 minute and might suggest we've got price action catalyst other than just the liquidity sweep. So yeah, I do pay attention to it. It's not a must, but it is quite important. Zeus football. Yeah, gold XAUUSD. Yep. Look, first in the leap, a few weeks back, added a liquidity sweep to my strategy and getting better win rate. Nice one, mate. Really want gold to dump. I really want it to dump. And it's not to prove a point or anything, because it's purely for be able to get in at a better price, to be honest, when it comes to the longer term perspective, when it comes to dollar cost averaging into the actual physical metal itself. Still think it's of good value right now, but obviously you're buying it close to the high. But my personal belief is gold is still going to end up well over 10k in the future. Not saying it's happening anytime soon. I'm talking about a decade from now. What else can we look at? EU. Not looking great. Let's quickly do the rundown on EU. Weekly indecision candle, to be honest, it's a weak bearish candle. It's respected a lot of the previous and the high. Very choppy area on EU, really choppy area. Price action on the high time frame here. That support on the daily, that support on the weekly. Previous daily closed bearish engulfing, but right at support. Current daily is respecting that support. Let's mark in the high of it. Below the low, we're just going to run into more support, so there's not much point marking that in. 4 hour, still bullish in structure off the back of this big impulse to the upside. And mark that in for the time being, and we'll adjust it shortly. The upside will mark that in, and we'll adjust it shortly. Make our way down to 15-minute time frame, which is bearish as well here. So a little bit of a mixed bag on EU. The area is pretty choppy, to be honest. You're running into more resistance just above the current daily high. So off the back of that, it'd be like wanting to see Asian range be swept. Price pull back, reject, and there's a good chance of getting back down towards the low. Otherwise, to be honest, to me, I don't like this chart whatsoever. I don't see any buy options. We're just consolidating, slowly trickling down. I mean, buys for me would be, to be honest, I'd avoid this support. It wouldn't be the margin. You just buy it straight into consolidation. I would focus on this level here. And I would say if it makes a clear move down, bounces off it, good chance we could look for an option and buy it. Below it, again, you buy it, selling into the depths of the 4 hour / daily / weekly support. But it is clear in 15. But this chart to me is very ordinary. I would be staying well away. Unless you're a levels trader, it's a different story. Use fibs and things like that for your entry. It's a different story. Which time frame? And predominantly the M15. To look at other time frames. Zeus, look first then leap. Love watching your stream, full of education experience. Thanks for helping emerging trade. All good, mate. All good. Yeah, again, I'm not the type of guy is going to be in and out of trades every 5 minutes. But I can definitely teach you a thing or two about waiting patiently. And often what I do analyze plays out. Even I'm talking about like after the stream as well. And some of you have sent me messages after it saying you took the trade, and really good to hear that some of you actually are paying attention. Because I do drop some pretty good opportunities. Those who do listen. GJ looking good. GJ, yeah, looks really good. It's bouncing off this support. This closed back up near the high. GJ to me looks like a pretty good option to take a buy. But again, I personally don't trade it. Alright, just got a notification on my phone that the LBMA survey forecasts prices near $5,000 on gold in 12 months. So the big banks and the bullion banks, that is, plus obviously the big banks, still extremely bullish when it comes to gold. Gold and silver. Silver, there's a big scarcity. China are buying it up as much as they can because they're also apparently, from what I'm hearing, of running out of the physical of silver. And obviously silver is a major component for a lot of electronic goods, weaponry. Pretty much everything we use has silver in it, to be honest. A lot of everything we use has silver in it. There's a bit of a race to secure silver. Apparently what comes out of the mines is not enough to obviously meet demand. All right, closed bearish in the 15. Not tapped into resistance. We're still in consolidation to me, guys. There still is nothing at all. Absolutely nothing in a minute. Shit. My members, here's a link, by the way. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit all over the place today. I've had a lack of sleep and a pretty long day, to be honest. I've been noticing. Look, if it did pop up a bit higher, I'd be looking for a sell. Otherwise, if it rejects and comes back down to 39.50, 39.48, that sort of region, I'd be looking for a buy opportunity and sells below that support as well. So I'm open to both a buy or a sell. But I just need a catalyst. I need some sort of confirmation, which I obviously do not have just yet. This week I've really not been on the charts much. I've taken a one trade. I was on stream on Tuesday, was it, or Monday? Monday. Tuesday wasn't on stream. Yeah, it was Monday. Now, was that nice big win on gold. So well in profit for the week off the back of that one trade. Sometimes it's all you need. Vinda all good. Samad looks bearish but no confirmation. Yeah, there's no confirmation for me. We're just in an area of consolidation in my opinion. So what could happen is, yes, it could drop down a bit further, but it could bounce really any point within, to be honest, this whole area. So off the back of that, I'm not willing to sell into it. I just need to patiently wait for price to clear current level. To the upside, I will consider it. Don't have a great deal of margin, but I will consider it if we do begin to pop above, retest the Asian range high, and then begin to pull away from it. That could be an opportunity. But again, we're well off. But gold, as we know, does have a lot of volume about at times, and it will just create big moves out of nowhere. So it's definitely got the capacity to close the strong bullish engulfing candle here. We just need to wait though for some sort of confirmation. Anna Williams, thank you for the stickers, appreciate it. Come up boys, do you utilize fair value apps? No, I don't. It's just simple price action, mate. Price action signals at my levels of interest. Renz, thank you for sharing live. Anna, learning, thanks for the content. All good. All good. No need to send stickers though, but I appreciate it. Thank you nonetheless. I'm just glad that you're learning, so that's the main thing. And I try to find quality setups, but just the way it is, sometimes there isn't quality setup presenting while I'm on stream. But we'll see, there's still some time here, so see if something presents. Zach, JJ looking good. It's a good sell point, I think. DJ. So it did pop back down and reject. So it would be no buy confirmation. I'd be waiting once again for this candle to close and close up near the high of the recent swing high. Sell confirmation, I don't like it. You're just selling it straight back into first of all, rejecting a previous resistance and trying to form support above it. Second of all, you got some support back below the resistance, so even below that point there, you got some more support. It's much cleaner below 201.70 for a sell. I'd still be definitely in favor of the buys, especially if it remains above the previous resistance here. Really fallen out of love with GJ though. Used to be my favorite pair. Used to love trading it. It happens. Well, I love with things. Life in general, isn't it? Renz, I don't know how to create live account. Do I need a broker? Yes, for a live account you do. Need a broker. You need to, depending on where you're from, you're gonna need to KYC if it's a regulated broker. It's not hard. I've actually got a video on my profile. Yeah, it is on the TikTok profile page as well about how to get started. Yeah, if you're not sure what whereabouts it is on that page now, to be honest, it's on the YouTube. I know it's pinned to the start of the top of the YouTube homepage. The YouTube profile name is the exact same as the TikTok one, so should be pretty easy to find on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube at the moment as well. Really can't speak today, guys. Wow. Half day. Barcode right now. Some mud. It is a bit of barcoding. The best way to start learning with zero knowledge. This particular website, it's for free, and this will help you out with when it comes to terminology. Just put .com at the end of it. I just typed it into the chat, so I direct everyone to it. It's for free. I think they may have a paid version, I'm not too sure. You don't need it, just go with the free version. I think it's like a free course in that, and it helps you with terminology and getting started, basic analysis, that sort of thing. Renz, you're from NZ, there's a certain platform you need to use, so you're probably similar to our regulations here in Oz, I'd assume. Oh look, there's many different brokers. I think a local broker is Blackball, I'm pretty sure is a local New Zealand broker, so I'll type that in for you. Check them out. And it'll have it on their website, or you know how to get started. So you basically just have to sign up. They'll ask you probably KYC, ask you to download a platform, whether it be MetaTrader or I'm not sure, they might have C Trader, they might have a different platform altogether. MetaTrader is the industry standard. MetaTrader 5 is what I use to execute trades on. But this particular app is TradingView. This is not what I actually take the trade on. It's just so much easier to chart, to do my analysis on than MetaTrader. MetaTrader is very clunky, it's very old. Friends, all good. Dave and Q, we're going up or down, who knows? At the moment we're not doing nothing. Absolutely nothing in a minute. Gold is just trash. Jesse Lewis, GJ used to be my favorite, but I decided to switch to gold and I haven't had a non-profit week ever since. Nice one. Cracking work. That is awesome work. Trade Delicious, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Some mud. Yeah, just over 35 minutes from now we do have London session opening. So obviously first 30 minutes into the Frankfurt Open, the EU Open, not much has happened here on gold. Have to wait again. I'm not interested in selling into the consolidation, so just need to wait patiently. Let's quickly look at German 40 here as well. Also consolidating. This is a real tough one for me. I would not be touching this thing at all without doing proper back testing on it. It sometimes makes gold look like absolute nothing. It makes gold look like a major pair, to be honest. Half the time the moves on this thing can be extremely wild. No, it is quite a popular one, but for me, I'm not interested in trading it until I have the time to test it out properly. It does look very similar to gold though at the minute. Currently at resistance. We got some resistance a little bit higher up. We got a little bit more above that. Just recently formed support. Looks pretty choppy though below. Probably the 5 minutes consolidating. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't look great in all honesty. All right, this is fine on gold. Nice clean move down would be perfect. I want it to bypass the most recent support. Reason being is because that will give us more margin if it actually did pop back down to that 39.50 sort of region. Give us more margin and take a buy back up. If we begin to form support at this point here, the issue is the likelihood after upon the confirmation is that it's going to end up close to something like this, and then we're right back at resistance, and off the back of that there would be no buy. So I would preference it pulling back at this point, making a clean move down to the support a little bit further down. Smart gold, I think been going either Asian high or low. It often does. At the moment it's respecting both. We're top third, closer to the high. Looks like coming back down to support. Smug. Again, at the moment there is nothing. I want to see our price. First of all, I want us to break through this recent support, pop back down to 39.50 for what I believe is a better option. Take a buy, give us more margin, take a buy back up. Otherwise, if we in fact did pop back up towards the Asian range high, swept the high, only to pop back below it, and then off the back of that I'd be looking for options to take a sell. If pop above, retest the high, then off the back of that we'll be potentially looking at a buy. So we'll wait and see. We do pop below the most recent support form within the daily candle, 39.47, and I do believe it's a higher chance of coming back down towards the Asian session low. So off the back of that I could look for maybe a sell opportunity. That's currently what I'm waiting on gold. Right now we're right in the middle, so there is nothing. Michael Hughes, good day to you. How are you, mate? Welcome. Hey guys, YouTube, don't forget to smash that like button please, and TikTok, that little screen for us, that'd be much appreciated. Christopher, what broker? I'll type in the chat for you. Not affiliated with any broker, so really doesn't make a difference if you choose that broker, or it's ASIC regulated, so they're pretty safe, even though there is class action against them at the minute, which I'm not part of. I'm not interested in being part of it because I've had only good experiences with that particular broker, and I do believe it's a bad thing, to be honest, that there is a class action against them. It's just people, greedy people, or people who going to read the fine print about the potential risk of about trading, that you are liable to losing your money. And I think people are a bit salty about that. But I think every trader knows when you live account, it's whatever money you've got in that account, it is at risk. If you're, it's gonna look, also if you're daft enough to do some, you know, really ridiculous and full margin a trade and lose, it's your own responsibility, it's your own fault. Surfer Abdi, it just depends, mate. It all depends. On gold lately, it's anywhere between 20 up. So we'll say the other day I secured partials at 30, it was 32, 33, something like that. Then more partials at 60 something. And then the last 25% hit full TP at 130, 135 pips, something like that. Renz, I think being prepared to lose and not greedy is good for not being firm. Yep. Yeah, you need to accept the risk that you are trading with. So again, it is wise to risk a certain percent per trade as opposed to full margin, going full margin on every single trade. And again, you just need to be accepting of the risk. You need to do your analysis, follow your plan, follow your rules, stick to all that. And if it ticks the box, you enter the trade, and you need to accept the fact that it could go against you. Nothing is foolproof. There's no such thing as 100% winning rate. That not seeing anyone who wins 100% of the time. And if they say that to you, then run for the mountains. I'm at 80%, and I'm bloody happy with that. To be honest, that's tough work getting to that level. Michael, yeah, I'll type it into the chat. Love rules, yep. As do I, my friend. I'm extremely rule focused. Michael, 72%, that's good as well. That's really good. But look, having said that, more so for swing traders though, a lot of swing traders would still be profitable with like a 40% win rate, because their risk to reward will be a lot better than what mine will be. And that's fine, I accept that. Obviously swing trading, there's some of them holding trades for weeks, months even. Some they just trail a stop and let it run, and a lot would have been doing so on gold. Probably only recently taken out a lot of those leveraged longs perhaps. So yeah, just whatever floats your boat. For me, I'd rather be in and out of the markets quickly. But you guys see, I do manage my trades in drawdown well as well when it goes against me. So true, yep. So for Abdi, some swings hold for months. I don't know how they, yeah, I know. I couldn't do it. I used to be a swing trader. I absolutely hated holding trades for so long. Did my head in, completely did my head in. GJ, still remaining above this previous resistance. So as long as we continue to remain above it, I do believe there's a higher probability that we will continue back up. So if anyone does trade GJ, you'd be waiting to see perhaps how his 15-minute candle closes. Let's quickly look at GU. Didn't quite tap into support. Still an awkward area. EU, there is just no volume on it at the minute. No momentum or nothing. AU, if anyone is interested, just consolidate. Euro CAD, also looking pretty rank. EJ looking similar to GJ, also looks pretty good for buyers if it remains above resistance. UJ also the exact same. All right, this is good on gold. This is what we want. We want to make a clean move down. Michael Hughes, risk management, baby. Yeah, very important. Someone, what time frame is this chart? M15. Christopher Vicencio, probably absolutely butchering your surname. Apologies. United States. What about it? It's where you're from, I'm assuming. More difficult for those in the States to open up accounts. This MetaTrader is banned in the US. Probably ways around it though, with the use of maybe a VPN, maybe a VPS. I'm not too sure. But I'm assuming there could be ways around it. And to be honest, I got a feeling that's how it's gonna head here in Australia. I really do believe that, especially if this class action on a most could be the biggest broker here in Oz, in fact, is successful, then you watch A.C.T come down really heavily on brokers around the board. I think you have to show proof. I think you have to show pass an equity test, equity stress test. You may even need to be a accredited investor. Who knows? That's where it could be heading. That's my concern. If that's the case, then I'm gonna have the same issue as the US. I'm just gonna have to try to go offshore, unregulated broker, and just be very careful with the cash. Big fan, man. Where I think gold will drop to. Well, look, it's respecting its consolidation, but otherwise 39.50. That's where I want to look for a buy option from. So one man made 1,000 my account on gold and then overtrade and lost 600. Yeah, it happens, mate. I'm assuming it's a lot more than 1% or 2% of your account as well. So not sure what you're doing. You need to have some rules, mate, and don't go too hard. Don't try to hit a home run off one trade. Sounds like you're trading based on emotions, which could lead to a deeper hole and could lead to a margin call shortly. Ash, why is MetaTrade ban US? Not too sure. Could be similar reason as to why there's a class action against my broker here in Oz, potentially. I'm not sure, to be honest, though. So I want to sort an entry on the hourly chart and 4 hour by comparing to previous day's lows. Again, it doesn't mean that, you know, it's a stupid trade or anything like that. It just means you probably over risked and you're not comfortable with that, so you need to chill. Real G, thank you for the sticker. Renz, when I'm thinking of putting in a trade, and would it be a buy? Again, I can't predict the exact time. I have no idea, because right now for me the levels are here or here, and we are right in the middle. In the current level, I don't really see much of an opportunity. If we do respect this support, again, the likelihood of us having enough margin to take it back up to the high is minimal. But we will see. Like, if this does close back really weak bearish, let me just remove those drawings, leaving a long lower wick. What that would suggest is we are once again respecting this level. Off the back of that, if the London Open candle perhaps did something like this, and this would be based on pure price action only, if it dropped straight down, so maybe drops straight down into the exact same level and begins to flip, I may execute a buy up the back of that, in anticipation that once again grabbing some liquidity from the downside, previous level of support. We had no upper wick. There's a high probability at some point we're going to pull back to create that upper wick, and if we do, it's a good chance that we've likely grabbed some more liquidity from the downside in order to push back up towards the daily high. So off the back of that, that could be an option, but there is a lot of water to go under the bridge until that is, you know, valid. So we need to once again patiently wait. Otherwise, again, it's just about waiting for price to come back down to 39.50 or back up to 39.80 and assess my options from those points. What's going on YouTube? You guys are awfully quiet. Hafiz, good morning to you. Are we buying or selling? At the minute, we're right in the middle of a minor range. Arafin, good day to you. You soon buy on demand? Perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. What is wrong with TikTok? Sorry, not to make you guys, just got a warning. I've been restricted again today, my visibility. Oh well. Arafin? Buys for 31. Fantastic. One question I ask you, do you ever lose, mate? Do you ever lose? Thought dollar, are you bullish or bearish? Nothing in a minute. Both, to be honest. I can see options in either direction. Personally, long-term perspective, I'm extremely bullish on gold. Extremely bullish. Ren's like when you explain things to me. Nice one. That's the whole point of these streams, guys. Trying to make it as clear as possible so you guys can actually understand, maybe learn a thing or two and find a trade. Fantastic. If not, we move on to the next session, next stream. Tanner, we should dump. Should, could, would, can do anything. Just need to wait. It's under 3 minutes, guys. So let's see. We could potentially have that option I spoke about. Be very impulsive though, but I'd be prepared to take a small risk off it, to be honest. It has to do exactly as I said. So this candle closing weak, that was just grab downside liquidity. New candle opening up, straight bearish. Alpha wick, once again, suggesting a grab downside liquidity that if we did begin to flip, we'll likely hang it back up to at least the most recent resistance, if not the Asian high. So at the back of that, that is something potentially could be looking at. The full, can you pull up Fran's 40 chart? Mine is bugging out. Really need it. Can be quick. Just 2 seconds because we're coming to London Open. Similar to gold, it's just consolidating. I'd rather it pop back down to 8180 for a potential buy from that point, or pop back up towards 8222 for a sell. Keep an eye on gold though, guys. So again, it'll be a really quick one. Focus on what I'm saying. Any major news today is in Euro news later on. Samad, if it breaks the support strongly, could it go to Asia low? Yes, it could. Giroti, can we enter sell if you like? I'm not focused on a sell at the minute. Boys, I need to learn to be efficiently enter. I'm always too late. Again, that comes with time, mate. So it just depends how long you've been training for, but just give it time. Yeah, it's important to follow your plan, execute in accordance to your rules once the plan is presents, and you'll be much better off moving forward. But let's see, guys. Let's see here on the gold. We have just under a minute. I want this to close weaker. So again, what would validate a weak closure? Who remembers when I used the BIP here? For education yet again, above the point 382 was suggested it's a weak closure here. Back of that, we could look for potential impulse entries. Has to close above that point there. Above the 0.5 is not too bad, but we definitely want to, in this case, want to be above the 0.382, and it looks like we're not going to be. It looks like we're dumping back down into the support yet again. So there will be no buy if that is to be the case. And this is a simple rule yet again to follow. So that is to be the case, which it appears it will be. Likely still waiting for price to pop back down to 39.50. So we can just remove that. London Open, guys. No, it's not. It's 15 minutes until London Open. Apologies. A little bit early on that one. Okay, so we'll see how this candle closes. Seeing we're now back at the support, if we do close strong bullish, perhaps there will be options to buy at London Open. Jump the gun a little bit again, guys. I'm a bit off today. It's been all over the shop, a little bit buggered, to be honest. Savage Daviano TV, can you explain your gold strategy? It's, to be honest, you're better off just rewinding to the start of the stream, and you'll see how I go about analyzing the chart. Otherwise, I look for price action signals at my predetermined levels. So my levels here at right now 39.50 to the upside for a buy, 39.80 roughly, 39.79 to the downside for a sell on the pullback. Potential buy on break and close, retest off the Asian range high, and potential sell on a break, closure, retest of the most recent support at 39.47. Be a potential sell off the back of that. But again, there is more to it, and that it's in a way of price action signals. Jesus. So what, guys? Lack of sleep is a real killer. It is a, especially when you're also training in that, it's pivotal. Lack of sleep, you've just shit energy throughout the day. So went to the gym. It wasn't the best session. It was still a good session though. Just quickly while we wait here for gold, once again, thanks to the good people at Forextester online, they have given me a secret link which offers you 1 month or monthly subscription packages, guys, which is not on their actual homepage. It's not on their website at all. We will not find it. So if anyone is interested, let me know and I will happily forward you the link, and you need to use my code, otherwise they will not allow access to the monthly subscription. So I will share with you that code as well. It's a hidden link no one really knows about. I don't think the boss of the company is too happy about it, to be honest, from what I heard, but they forwarded it to me either way. So only for my followers. So if anyone is interested, it's a lot cheaper, obviously. Well, it's out more expensive, but in regards to upfront payments, it's obviously a lot cheaper than paying for an annual or lifetime subscription. So if anyone is interested, it's a good way to practice your strategy. Works exactly like TradingView. It's got all the same drawing tools. Got the analytics here, which helps you in regards to what it suggests are your strengths, what you could improve on. You can even import your own trade, your trading history from your broker. It's got all the performance metrics, so on and so forth. It's a really good toolkit. You can play it in actual real time as well, so tick for tick you can speed it up, you can fast forward to entries and the result of the trade, so on and so forth. So over 400, more than 400, over 800 I think it is, pairs that can be traded, including more than 200 of more than 400 cryptos I think it is, from memory. So it includes cryptos as well. It's got all the commodities, obviously the metals, all the majors, all the crosses, exotics, so on and so forth. So again, if anyone is interested, let me know. I'll send you the link and the code for the monthly subscription. Zach, all good, mate. Yeah, it's not that link though. This link's more a private one. You if you're interested, just DM me. I won't DM anyone directly. well, I mean, I won't initiate a contact, but I will reply. So if you are interested, send me a DM and I'll send you the link and the code. Samad, in 15 minutes of volume. Yeah, likely. A little bit unpredictable though at session open. Friends, what time do you start going live with your trades, just so I can catch them and keep playing? Again, trades, there's no given time, mate. That's something a lot of new traders don't understand. Look, I understand that fact that you don't understand. I can't just tell you right at 7 PM my time I'm taking a buy or a sell. It doesn't work like that. I need price to be at the level I want it to be at, and I need some sort of price action signal. Whether that happens on stream, off stream, before it, after it, while I'm asleep, while I'm out at the gym during the day, whatever it is, I have no idea when it's going to happen. If it's going to happen. There's a high probability at some point throughout the day it's going to happen multiple times. Whether I'm lucky enough to be on the charts while it happens to execute is another story. So again, unfortunately, I can't give you an actual time. It just doesn't work like that. Renz, you're also interested, so yeah, just send me a DM and I'll on TikTok, or yeah, send me a DM and I'll help you out with all that if you are interested. Where is buying entry? Shaku, preferably at 39.50. You in a trade at the moment? No, not at the moment. So for Abdi, if it presents, if I get a signal, I'll happily trade. If not, no trade. Doesn't worry me. Patience and discipline is key. Renz, yes, yeah, just make sure to follow and keep an eye out. I won't be on tomorrow, but generally speaking, usually Monday to Thursday. Tuesdays are a bit up in the air at the moment. It's usually Monday to Friday, but I'm just flat out. I mean, I've got so much going on in the background. A lot of things going on personally as well, so I've just been a little bit inconsistent of late. But generally speaking, Wednesday and Thursdays are always a given. I'm always on stream. And Monday. Been working my way through a few things, and hopefully things will be back to normal at some point soon. It is what it is though. Life always throws you some curveballs, doesn't it, guys? The one constant is I'm always going to the gym still. I have to get to the gym because that's the only thing that, away from trading, that for an hour or so of a day I focus purely on myself, and that's it. I think it really it's great for discipline. I think it helps with my trading as well when it comes to discipline and that type of thing. Focus. For me, I pick that over anything, over trading, in all honesty. Because if you don't have sound mind, sound body, then there's no point trading. Because you're gonna get emotional, you're gonna do stupid shit in the charts, and you're just gonna dig yourself a deeper hole. So for me, health and fitness comes first and foremost. Michael Jackson, and a myth, a legend, still alive. Do you think trading NY is good? I don't trade it, but volume wise, yeah, there's always going to be volume about. There's always, most often anyway, more often than not, there's high impact news, so definitely does push the markets along. Gold makes big moves throughout the NY session. Personally, for me, it's not suitable. It's the time. I don't want to be up at midnight trading, past midnight. Michael, miss out so much, but that's how it goes. You have to be, yep, exactly. Extremely patient. That is vital. Friend, sweet as bro, what you have too, and I'll keep an eye out. Oh, do what you have to, sorry, and I'll keep an eye out for your lives. But thank you. All good, mate. All good. You getting it? I understand. It's not a stupid question, and it's a question I would have, you know, when I was a beginner, would have been wondering as well. When do we enter? What time? How do I know? So yeah, it's all good. Ren's gym is helpful and clears your mind. Yeah, I agree. Health for wealth, for sure. Yep, again, sound body, sound mind, so. Sketchmas, yeah, appreciate it if you guys could leave a like. Frank, good morning to you, mate. So let's see. Gold, is there going to be potential options? So it's similar to what I mentioned before on the previous candle. If this closes weak bearish, guys, it has not really gotten an upper wick. So let's do the exact same thing as what we did before. Let's use the fib here and mark in from bottom to high, and let's focus on the 0.382 level here. Why I'm focused on that? Because that would suggest that once again a level of support, level of liquidity, we have tapped into it, leaving a long rejection wick. If it closed above the 0.382, that suggests to me off the back of my data for over 8 years now, that's a weak closure. So as long as the new candle opens up straight bearish, begins to break above that candle's high, that could entice me into just a cheeky little impulse entry. That point will be popping back above support here to the left. We do have potential for the volume to be kicking in, obviously, with session open, but again, it's simple rule to follow. If this closes below that horizontal, it looks like we're likely to do, then there is no entry. And we need to wait yet again for either price to come back down to the support, or that, well, that's pretty much it, to be honest, in this case. The other option would be perhaps if we have a bullish engulfing M15. So that's they're likely two options, but at the minute looks like we're potentially coming back down lower, which is all good. Yes, in Australia, mate. Spent a lot of time in Thailand, but I've got a house there as well. But I am from Melbourne. That's where I currently am at. Hoping to be back in the land of Thai, hopefully January, February, at some point. Probably February, I'd say. Yeah, that's the type difference, exactly. Entry of buy AJ. Again, has to close above this horizontal. Jamie, what's happened to gold? Not much, to be honest. It's healthy pullback. I believe it's maybe some of the big players trying to squash the markets down a bit. Obviously shake out some of the weak hands as well. A lot of the leverage positions. For those who thought that gold is just going to continue forever to go up without any sort of pullback, I mean, everything at some point makes pullbacks. I mean, it's still structurally very bullish when it comes to the higher time frame perspective. Trading wise, I see opportunities though in either direction, so we'll see. So what price Asian high? 39.8265. All right. Almost at session open, guys. Are we going to close above that horizontal? Trying to. 30 seconds. Remember, simple rules to follow. So there's no FOMO, there's no if but maybe. It has to close above that point there. You can stack create low wick. And then potential entries, it breaks the high of the bearish candle. And ooh, we could have it. Could be an option, guys. So the high of the bearish candle on my brokerage chart, 39.6210, so 39.6235. Has to drop down straight away. It has done it, 3962.35. I'm gonna look for a buy. 3962.35. And I'm in. Oh, very early into London. Oh, I'm getting to break even. Wow. There you go. It's 30 odd pips, 35 pips. Job done.
Wow. Wow, man.
Nice and easy.
5 minutes.
Nice and easy. There we go. Okay, I've secured some partials. I've secured half at 40 pips in less than a minute, guys. That's how we roll. Did I or did I not call that absolutely to the T?
What a shit, man. Wow, what a call.
I think that deserves a round of applause.
To be honest, I was at the doctor and I was 5 minutes at my desk. And wow,
awesome, man.
crazy.
Nice one. So
thanks.
all good, man. All good. So we're still 40 pips up. I've secured half of 40 and the rest is at break even. What a trade. Could not have called that any more perfectly. And that's just time on the charts, guys. That's all it is. It's experience. Price action trader, knowing exactly what to look at, knowing his levels, absolutely spot on. So well done anyone who took that trade. We're currently at break even on that, so nice work.
Hit the like button, guys.
That's it, smash it. Nice one. All right, who took it? Let me know. Jamie, nice. Yasin, let's go. Nice one. Friends, thank you, mate. Are you bullish or bearish, Jamie? We're definitely bullish. Just made a quick 50 bucks. Takwa over Fatwa. Nice one. Zanya, thanks to you, made £90. Nice one. Yes, in unit. Have fees. Shall I buy? A little bit late. So for Abdi, you missed it. Do you think I should buy? I think you're too late. Michael, you got it. Took it too, Zanya. Nice one. Awesome, Michael. And wish I have a live count. Rens, all good, mate. You learn a lot from these streams. And the runner could get taken out. Looks like it possibly will, but it's the volume. Session open, guys. Could easily come back down, so hopefully you secured some profits. It was a nice quick one.
I secure everything on 20 or 30 pips.
Nice one, mate. That just popped.
Awesome.
Popped from being triggered to literally about 40 pip profit. 30 pips, and then it popped up a little bit more, so nice work. Still got the runner in.
Great.
Thank you, mate. How's the corner? Nice one. LSA 18. W, nice one. Richard Morris, thanks, bro. Took it. Nice one. Good work, guys. 2-0 for the week. Again, less is more. 2 really nice wins. First one over 130 pips secured in the end. This one, so the target I've got actually set for 39.76, 39.76.80. Gonna shift it down to, oh, too late. Runner's been taken out, so I'm officially out. All good. All good. Ooh, looks like the spread may have just taken me out. So quick win. Anyway, all good, guys. Well done. What time frame? M15. KJB. No, my runners just got taken out. So it was a 40 plus pip win. Job done. London Open. Use a stop loss. Stop loss was moved to break even. Initially, it was below that previous candle's low. Then what I normally would do, but it moved just so quickly, is adjust it to the entry candle's low. Didn't even have a chance to do that because it popped straight up. So friends, 9k on demo. Life mouse, what the hell, can't wait to learn. Yeah, but again, look, unless you have the financials to you know, to put into an account of that sort, likelihood is you're not going to make 9k on a average trade. But well done nonetheless. Giroti, not for me. No, that's the trade. So take my runner out, all good. Still secured some decent profit. it wants to now pop up, it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. Lost pops. We do not tap in the support. You were cool with that? Yes, because this level is also a level of liquidity. Long wicks to the downside. We kept popping back above it. So to me, it suggests that we were likely, as long as I had some sort of price action candles, we're likely going to head back up. So to me, it was fine because, look, I could have easily just drawn that in. I could have had a zone in. I chose not to. I'm fully aware of where we are. I've mentioned it many times. I could literally trade at without zones, without anything, without a problem. I could do it, but it's just easier to have visuals. So to me, we're at a level. So nice done. Nicely done, guys. Good work. So he's taking gold W yet again. So what is the stream win rate now? 129 wins. That was 129th win since I started these streams, with 33 losses. 129 wins and 33 losses. That's a pretty good strike rate. That's 79.63 to be exact. Nice one. All right, what else are we looking at, team? Anyone currently running any other positions? Cheers, Franco. Appreciate it, mate.
Need to spam a little bit the chat.
Appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Does help. Don't get enough love, but all good. Yeah. Could not have called that any more perfectly, I don't believe. Simple. Absolutely. Let's go over it again quickly, guys. So first of all, yes, we were at a level of liquidity. We had multiple wick rejections into this level, which did line up with some previous resistance here to the left. What I did want to see is, and again, this is just off the back of experience and time on the charts, when we close, especially we had no upper wick, or a tiny one if that, but we close above the 0.302, leaving yet again a long lower wick. What that does suggest to me is that we have likely grabbed liquidity from the downside yet again, and we have closed back weak bearish. So therefore, from experience, that I know there's a high probability if price was to begin to break the high of that candle at a level of liquidity with the volume coming in for London Open, so long as we have a prior to it low wick, there's a good chance that we're going to make a quick move to the upside. Off the back of that, could take advantage of it, and nice and easy. Very simple one. Again, even if you didn't take it, you learn. No name. Looks like you just copped an epic trade. I just joined. Could you explain that? Yeah, so hopefully you took that in. Girardi, all good, mate. KJB, are we still in buy? Unfortunately, my runner got taken out, but it's all good. I'm happy with the result. Either way, it's popped up quickly. It was a good return for me, so I'm really happy with that. Someone, it's of no one's business. It's a good return. I'm happy with it. No name. So hopefully you understood. Again, you'll get the update when I post it into the journal section for the VIP. AJ, how do we know we got buy entry? It was different confluences to look out for. It just depends. Just watch the streams on a regular. Show up. Shall ib official. It's nothing to do with an entry as far as a pullback to a certain fib level. It's again just I use the fib differently to gauge strength of a candle against another candle, so on and so forth. No name, gotcha. All good, mate. Absolute weapon. Thank you, mate. Oliver, yes, already executed on a buy, already secure positions. Peter, Naz, yeah, I'll do so shortly. Ink up. Not every day, but most days. About 3 or 4 days a week. Just make sure I have your notification bell ticked and make sure you get notifications as to when I do go live. So on risk reward, not that concerned by risk reward. Generally speaking, I need at least 1 to 1, 1 to 2. Gold these days, you've usually got more than that. But I mean, I'm happy to secure before that. I'm not so concerned. I just need to have clean traffic to be trading into. AJ, 5-minute candle closing, where is it going? 5-minute looks like, again, potentially grabs the downside liquidity, closing back above this resistance. For me, there is no re-entry, so I'm not trying to get back in. The fees, in my opinion, no. Michael, not at the moment. What is it buying? Ash? Just above this bearish candle. 30, where was it? Get my history. 39, 62, 35. Alright, let me look at Naz. Alright, that was a chart from probably a few days back. Alright, starting at the weekly, once again, at all-time high territory. Once again, as I always mention, well, has no lower wick, as I always mentioned, doesn't necessarily need one. A lot of people always say it has to pull back, create lower wick. Look at it now, guys. I don't think it's going to do that. As long as any pullbacks meant by buyers protecting previous levels of support or forming new support, there's a high probability price will retest the high and continue bullish. Obviously at all-time high territory. Those who watch me on regular, you guys know my thoughts about that in NAS and all the other indices. I personally would not be touching with the bar. So when it comes to long-term perspective, training wise, still good, still really good to the upside. Daily suggesting potential exhaustion here, leaving long upper wicks. Let's just mark in the current day's high and low. Obviously going to be clean area above the high into price discovery. Low to low, could there be an option for deeper pullback? 4 hour also struggling. It is technically bullish though in structure. Let's mark in some resistance here. For support, we'll wait, we'll see what we've got in the 15, but we are bullish. 15, I'd be marking, yeah, I'd be marking the Asian lows. Naz is a bit choppy, to be honest. What I'd like to see on Naz is either price popping back down. So to the person who asked about Naz, price popping back down to 26.04, forming some support from back above that level there. Sweeping the Asian lows would be fantastic. Please pop back above it. And that to me would be a pretty solid entry to the upside if you had the right confirmation to take a buy. So need to wait for the confirmation of support for me. Right now we're just consolidating. Otherwise, a pop up to retest the Asian high, either rejection for sells, pop up to again retest the high, to break the high. Sorry, retest continuation for the buys, and that's pretty much what I'd be looking at. Now it is in a big strong uptrend, bullish across the board by the looks of things. So yeah, do preference the buys. That's my personal opinion of it. Gold looks like it may continue bullish. Did a similar thing yesterday during London session. It really pushed bullish, only to eventually drop throughout the day. That candle moved quick. It did. Someone, do you trade? No, I trade live. My own account. What an entry that was, guys. Love it. Ali, how do I work out my resistance zone, support and resistance? It's playing this pretty much every stream. All right, look, technically his level is all here, but otherwise what I look for is at support lowest point of any bullish candle, and connect that to the closest body. It's not always the same candle. For the most part, it will be. At the height of the resistance, the highest point of any bearish candle connected to the closest body of any bearish candle, which once again is not always the same candle. In most cases, it will be. In this particular instance, they're the minor time frames. The gray zones are the 4-hour zones. Technically speaking, the 4-hour zone is a lot bigger though. Did initially have it at this point here, but I do see potential options for, or potential for it to pop back down a little bit further. So it's subjective. It's just the way I do it. Some people just use horizontals. Some will have a random zone for whatever reason. I don't know, but that's how I go about it. Reason being is because the amount of times price will tap into one of these levels and respect it. And what it does is saves me from getting involved in, for instance, an impulse buy above the high without a confirmation, because a lot of time, like I mentioned, it will tap into it like so, and only to reject. We leave these long weeks, similar to what we had just here. That is also a level where you could have marked in a zone. And how many times did price continue to remain above it? So that's why I mark in my levels as I do. But again, it's not for everyone. It's what works for me. So I make beats.co.uk. Just look for price to reject from a certain level. Yeah, rejection is key. Or continuation for a level. So for Abby, what's your advice to sell now? We stop loss at 70. I wouldn't be selling it now. Again, my plan personally is for a sell is to wait for it to come up to resistance. Now, what I would do, seeing we've recently formed resistance just a little bit below it, I now drag that to that point there. And I would say if price taps into $39.76, that's where I could begin to look for opportunities to take a sell, and if it rejects. Ali, all good. Alright team, well, I'm gonna get going. I've had a nice trade, good stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go have some dinner and chill. Good work, guys.
You deserve this.
Thank you. Oh mate, yeah, and people.
Will you do re-invite?
No, I won't, mate.
No.
Won't have time, to be honest.
So I'm also busy this morning, so my time.
All good, brother. But yeah, so busy time of year for me at the minute, so I won't be on. But all good. Had a good win either way, so no need to you know, try and do the good work. But I appreciate your support, mate, and all the other members. Thank you as always. You take care, guys.
See you on Monday at the
Yep.
end, no?
Yep, we'll do.
Then
But we'll speak in between anyway. But take care, mate.
Okay.
Take care to the rest of you.
you too. Thanks. Bye.
See you guys. YouTube, TikTok, once again, appreciate the support. Won't be on tomorrow. Will not be on tomorrow. I'll be back Monday. Should be back Monday. So yeah, just make sure to follow, make sure to have your notification bell set. If you'd like to know more about anything, if you'd like to know more once again about Forextester, please feel free to send me a message and I will happily share with you the link to the monthly subscription, which you will not find on their homepage anywhere at all. They only offer annual or lifetime. I have a special link. It's a secret link to give to you guys if you are interested, and with the discount code, which still does apply, so you still get an extra 10% off the actual monthly subscription. So if you are interested, let me know. If you just want to say g'day, feel free. I always respond to any questions, any messages. I will not initiate contact with any one of you. So if someone sends you a message claiming to be me, it is not me. You guys send me a message first and I reply, then it's definitely me. So take care, guys. Trade safe. Don't do anything stupid. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. And I'll catch you guys next week. Until then, all the best, guys. Cheers. Bye now. Bye. 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 Peace, guys.